Hey guys, how's it going, and thanks for coming. I'm Nick, and hopefully you guys are staying safe. So, a lot of people were waiting on the first stimulus checks. We're all waiting on the second stimulus checks, if that is possible. Now the Senate is starting to get back into their jobs because they're getting back from their recess. Because we all know that they're working so hard. Sarcasm. But what should we do while we wait for assistance from the government? Well, first tip is to not rely on the government, but we're going over 10 tips and a bonus at the end so we could save more money during these hard times, because the stimulus is certainly not happening anytime soon. What you can do for yourself is far greater of what any government can help you with. So let's go. Starting right off with number one is looking into your insurance. This could be health insurance, this could be life insurance, this could be real or car insurance. Look at it again to see if you have any type of discounts that you could lower it. Take defensive driver's course. Maybe there's like a crisis relief type of discount out there that could help you out. Anything could help us out right now. The main idea is getting your expenses down so you could actually live per month a little bit easier. As the video goes on, we're going to be talking about some of the largest expenses that you have and what we have to focus on so we could survive a little bit easier. Number two way to be frugal and to save money during this crisis is to not always pay for conveniences. A lot of people are going to try to make more things more convenient during these times, and they could be worth it. On the other hand, they might be worth more than what they actually are. Maybe deliveries or self-delivery service when you could just drive there to get something if you're comfortable doing that. Some products or services could be at a premium right now. Now, if you have to have them, then there's really no way around that, unfortunately. But there are certain things that you could just live without and you don't have to pay those premiums, and look at other ways. One thing that I will never pay for is delivery. I will go there and pick it up myself. But also prices at the store. You could see certain things that might be more expensive at this point because a lot of grocery store prices are higher than normal. So maybe you could look at other departments or other types of food that are more affordable for you. And of course, if you have any more to add to this list, you can always let other people know how you're saving money in the comments section. But number three is to learn how to be comfortable with what you have right now. So obviously I can't tell you to not buy concert tickets or not buy sporting events tickets or not go to the movies, because everything's essentially closed. So we're all saving the maximum that we can. So if we learn how to not only be comfortable with what we have now, but once we start, or hopefully start reopening in the near future, we will continue to have this lifestyle and we'd be happier that way. Not always looking for the best and newest thing, because that doesn't bring happiness. Number four, I have to include so we keep our minds open, and our possibilities could be anywhere. So I want to keep just be aware that anything is possible at this point. So number four is possibly if you want to change your location or even job, if you still have one, to make it more better for you, maybe more affordable, more money somewhere else. Definitely see what's out there. I'm actually going through that now, so I might not be putting out a lot more content in the next month or two because I'm going through that process. But I want to keep all you guys updated with all the stimulus, what we have to know, and how to adapt and live. But look at taxes. You might be able to find more affordable locations. Heck, even if you did lose a job and you're unemployed, don't think of this as a bad thing. Think of it as it forces you to actually look for something better. That's certainly what happened to me. So if we could think of this as using this change as an advantage, we could get out of this stronger than we once were. Now this is when we start talking about the big problems in the world right now, and we have to focus on them. They're not going to disappear, and people are starting to realize that. So number five is credit card debt. First of all, you have to realize what your debt is, actually understand what you have. But you can transfer your existing credit card debt possibly onto another new card that could have 0% interest for a certain amount of time, so that could kind of help you with the interest payments. Look at your options. You might be able to open some other credit cards, you might get some cash bonuses and stuff like that. Realizing that some credit card companies actually might be limiting who they're actually giving their cards to. It might be a little bit more strict of the availability of these cards, but realize that this could be an option because so many people have credit card debt. We have to think of ways how to help that. So transferring to have 0% interest for a little bit can help you. You then have to pay that down, realize. End goal is having no debt at all. At least no bad debt. Number 6, hopefully these are helping you out by the way, but number 6 is look at your debt payments and you possibly might be able to defer them. I was talking to a friend recently and he was able to defer his student loan payments, forgot the amount of time, maybe for like a few months. But that, it's literally just delaying it. It's pushing a little bit further. Each company might be different. This is different from forbearance. A lot of people are saying go into forbearance, it delays your payments, but realize that could actually hurt you. One, that could possibly hurt your credit. I know some people are saying that it's not, but realize that it definitely could. That could then screw up the loan that you have because if they're not going to extend the loan, then you have to pay the same amount in a shorter amount of time, which means your payments actually go up. So look and see what you could actually do with these debt payments because there's such a huge amount of debt out there. See what you could do. Can you defer it? See what you can do. Possibly talk about the interest rates that you have for that loan. See if you're able to renegotiate it to lower that, so that would then lower your payment, which could then easily bring us to number 7. First, we could look at refinancing. Again, with all this debt, interest rates are just dropping. Basically across the board, including your savings account, we're going to talk about that. But with your loans, there is most likely a lower interest rate right now. So if you're able to refinance, that'll drop the rate, and you should probably make it fixed. Have a fixed interest rate because rates are all-time lows. So in case it jumps at some point in the future, you keep these low rates. That's very important. But when you have lower rates, then you also have lower payments. That can help you out as well. On the other side, you could also look at not only dropping your interest rates, but dropping your lifestyle, downsizing. Maybe if you have a large house, a large apartment, try to consolidate essentially anything at this point. Because people are finally starting to realize living paycheck to paycheck isn't working. And that's a problem. We have to get out of that routine. Next huge thing on people's expenses is number 8 with their car. So you could look at what you have. Is it a car lease? Is it a car loan? And see what you could do there. I'm personally completely against car leases, and this is a great example why. Because I don't have a car payment right now. So if you're unemployed and you still have to pay for a car, that's an issue. So maybe start looking away from car leases and start buying your own car. This ties into the bonus that I have for you guys at the end, which is extremely important. I will say this until I'm blue in the face to the end of time because you really have to focus on it, so stick to the end. And by the way, if you need like a car right now, kind of a bad time to do that. However, car companies are getting destroyed right now, offering like 0% interest for like years, so you might be able to get a deal. Do not overextend yourself though. Number 9, we have a scam alert, and I hate to say this guys, but right now savers are becoming losers at this point because of the interest rates. So I remember that maybe like a few months ago I opened up a new savings account and I was getting 2.1% interest. I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. They tell us inflation's around 2%. It's probably much higher, but you know, you're getting 2% there, so you're actually making something. And this continued to drop down. Like I said before, inflation is around 2%. So if you're making anything less than that, you're actually losing money because things increase in price faster than you save. So people are saying like high interest savings account, there's no such thing as that anymore. So the account that I started at 2.1% now actually dropped to 1.15, and another account similar to that, I had a credit union, and now that's 0.50%. So it dropped dramatically. You're basically getting close to nothing in your savings account right now. So don't focus on, you should save your money. What we're going through right now explains why. However, if you want to grow your money, savings account is not how you do it. The government doesn't want you to know that though. Quick thing, because I'm actually going to do this in the near future, you can possibly open up another bank account because they might give you a cash bonus. So you set up like a checking account or whatever, and they might give you a couple $100 just because you set up a new bank account with a certain bank. There's a bunch out there. I mean, they're kind of struggling right now, so the offers may be limited, but definitely check that out. Very similar to like credit card cash back bonuses. We're almost to the bonus, don't worry, but number 10, this is unfortunate because it's a little bit more challenging than we all hoped for. But number 10 is we have to manage our own money. We're all sitting back and waiting, and it's been months, waiting for the next stimulus check. And if you're just expecting what the government's just going to give us, we're going to be waiting forever. Heck, what happens after that? Let's say if they do give us another stimulus, what happens after? We're still in the same situation. So we have to learn how to work for ourselves. We have to manage our money. Don't let the government do it for us. Don't let banks do it for us. We have to figure out our own how to do that. That's a lot of independence that schools did not teach us. No one talks about. Well, the YouTube community certainly does, because there's a lot of finance channels out there that are fantastic. You could learn so much, including my channel. And I'll give you the first main tip that you should know of how to manage your own money. The bonus. If you remember anything from this video, is you have to watch out for your cash flow. Cash flow is extremely important, and I'll tell you why. You have to look at your income versus your expenses. I've said this in countless videos before because I strongly believe in it, and people are starting to realize there's an issue right now. So if you look at your income, you have to maximize that, but not only that, you have to minimize expenses. So if you just make more money, and then you just spend more, you're in the same exact position where you were last year. We have to focus on our monthly cash flow. And never stop learning, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I am keeping you up to date with all the stimulus stuff going on, at least the real stuff going on, because we haven't heard anything from them because they're too busy with their recess. I will also go over how to understand all of that and also how we could survive during these rough times. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks again so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.